national average. However, risen sharply in recent years. In 2025, the province reported 320 cases. Compare that to 2021, when there were 122. The highest rates are in the northern House and Prairie Mountain regions, while the highest total amount of cases is in flooding in northwestern Saskatchewan has left a food bank in Meadow Lake yet another setback. As CTV's Laura Woodward reports, the damage is just one of many problems with the aging facility.
Earl Gower has been relying on the Meadow Lake Soup Kitchen for 4 years.
I used to come here and have dinner every day.
He's one of about 100 people Meadow Lake Outreach Ministries feeds each day. And he returns the favor, helping with cleanup.
You guys ready to help me? I can help you.
He helped
The
me.
soup kitchen is the food bank. Just last week, it was underwater. The flooding was triggered by a heavy spring snow melts and made worse by an aging building with poor drainage.
We took mops, we took vacuums, we tried to do whatever.
Staff rushed in to save supplies as city crews ran pumps inside.
We tried to get things dry as fast as we could.
The water damage has worsened existing black mold. It's the latest problem with this 90-year-old building.
And unfortunately, we have to put this blanket on here so we can block the cold from coming to this door and also the walls.
No matter where you look, it's falling apart. So we're between really needy and desperate.
And the flood may just be the tipping point, pushing the nonprofit toward a new build.
I'm just hoping and praying that we can get a new building because we really need it.
Right now, it's just a vacant lot, but Meadow Lake City Council has given the green light for the food bank to move here. The plan is to build a bigger space designed to help more people in need.
We're at this point talking two-story with offices basically upstairs. Downstairs would be the kitchen in the front and the food bank in the rear. And we're just toying with the idea that in perhaps some laundry facilities.
And a new, larger food bank has Gower's support.
No, I think it'd be wonderful. This place is full.
Laura Woodward, CTV News, Meadow Lake.
Hello, Buddha Namaste. How are you? Long time no hear. Give me 1 sec, please. I will get my phone. I will give you a jacket. Sorry. Who's that, my friend? Where's my phone?
On April 16th,
Huh.
UCP Caucus Director of Stakeholder Relations.
Where's my phone? Oh, I got it here.
In the meeting, participants were shown how
Thank you.
containing the personal information of 3 million Alberta voters.
The Premier's created an office culture where it's either okay to be incompetent and not know that's a problem, or to be so
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
The Premier argues Santu had a perfectly good reason to listen to the Centurion Project and to not report the death.
Kumusta? I will give you a jacket. Drive safely, my friend. Thank you so much.
Than to get your tenant insurance. With Apollo, your tenant insurance is ready in 2 minutes flat. Upload your policy or enter your quote. We'll beat the price. Guaranteed. Ça a l'air délicieux, mais c'est quoi? Ouvre l'appli Google et appuie sur l'onglet pour traduire et voir le texte instantanément dans ta langue. Pastilla au poulet. Miam! Traduis ce que tu vois. Télécharge l'appli Google. Télécharge l'appli Google. Télécharge l'appli Google.
Oh. Take the shot. That was locked. Jesus Christ. 1 sec.
electric vehicle
Let's
plant in
take
Ontario.
that out.
American tariffs and slower demand. TV's senior political correspondent Michael Couture now when he pressures that
Michael
may put the
Couture.
project on hold.
The Honda plant in Alliston, Ontario was set to add 1,000 new jobs in a $15 billion expansion. According to a report out of Asia, Honda is shelving a plan
Guapa!
factory in southern Ontario.
Nag-live, aray ko. Nag-live ako sa watch hour, Guapa. And, you know,
The word that they used was to put that on hold, so we'll see what the future is ahead. The Conservative leader contends the Prime Minister's auto strategy is to blame for the plan not moving forward.
He claims that we're going to replace 83% of our automotive sales to the U.S. by making electric vehicles that people don't want to buy.
Mark Carney says the problem is the trade war with the U.S.
Obviously, there's challenges with the U.S. tariffs, unjustified tariffs, and the auto sector. We continue to work with companies in the sector.
In February, the Japanese ambassador to Canada told CTV News expansion in this country is directly linked to the ability to export to the U.S.
The private companies, I mean, they have to calculate to increase profit. So Kuzuna is very important part of the calculation.
Some in the auto industry blame the Trump administration for removing EV incentives and mandates in the U.S.
This is really about the Americans hollowing out the EV market and Honda having planned to serve that huge market for America.
Flavio Volpe points out Honda isn't leaving Ontario. The company just isn't expanding. But even that isn't good news for the Canadian auto industry. Michael Couture, CTV News, Ottawa.
Michael Couture.
Time for a quick break. Stay with us. More news after this.
New tonight at 5:30.
In an ever-changing world, CTV News keeps you in the know wherever you are.
Welcome to CTV News.
Welcome to.
CTV News, now more than ever. And all new
Na, ako guapa. Grabe. But I don't, it's okay. Okay lang.
And parenting never does. So when my time comes, I want to make things as stress-free as possible for my family.
Welcome to Senior's Choice, the #1 correct choice for Canadians over 50. If you're a Canadian resident, age 40 to 80, you can choose the right amount of coverage for you.
Ganun talaga.
$250,000.
Okay.
You can choose to apply over the phone now in just minutes with no medicals or blood tests. Just a few health and lifestyle questions.
Timplas akong kape. I am making Buddha Namaste. Please drive safe, my friend. And thank you. It's been a while, though. I haven't been very active in YouTube. And yeah, I'll go check your house. I am making coffee. So
To get a free, no obligation quote, call one of our trusted insurance advisors today at
just put this way.
998-2374 or visit seniorschoice.ca.
Against the light, because I have my sliding door open. So
They rise 5 millimeters closer to my brows, giving extended length with volume and curl. Extension it.
The Texas restock with savings. The first 10 sale continues. Get 60% off genuine leather sofas when you buy the matching Luxedo chair and 5-piece queen bedroom package only $5.99. The 10 sale continues at the Brick, saving you more.
Tony can't wait for a real camping trip, but for now, he needs to financially protect his family if anything happens to him. So he called Northcover about life insurance. Their licensed advisors help him choose coverage to suit his exact needs and budget. Now Tony's so well covered, it's like he's wearing a parka. And like a parka, Northcover keeps you well protected with a cash payout of up to
nice weather. I am making my coffee yet.
5 years of experience. Get a life insurance quote today. Call 1-844-825-1010 now or visit northcover.ca.
With soaring fuel prices linked to the conflict in the Middle East, some people are turning to a costly crime targeting unsuspecting drivers. CTV's Alex Carpa on a new technique of gas theft spreading in Canada.
Some are turning
Gas
to
theft
conventional methods.
everywhere. A lot of people is now doing bad. Everything goes up, so we can't really blame them though.
So they'll take a hole saw, they'll drill it in, and they'll stick a pipe in it, and it's done in there.
Coming into their shop.
It's pretty simple, but it's complicated. Which on a lot of vehicles is 2 to 3 hours of labor. They have to bring it to a special place where they weld them, and then we put it back in.
And the theft is leaving individuals and businesses on hundreds of dollars.
So this is one of the trucks that was damaged.
Juliana Martel says 2 of the trucks in her business were recently targeted.
We came from work in the morning and then tried to fire up the truck and it was making some weird sounds. So the guys went underneath the vehicle because we assumed our gas tank was drilled. And that's exactly what happened.
Siphoning gas is the more traditional way to steal gas from a vehicle, but drilling a hole into the pump directly is a faster method.
It's just such a huge inconvenience.
RCMP say this type of theft is relatively common, especially in rural communities. Their advice: keep your car in a well-lit area and have cameras installed on your property. Similar incidents are also being reported elsewhere. Earlier this year, a suspect in BC's interior drilled into a gas tank and stole fuel from a pickup truck. Thefts like this are also being reported south of the border.
It happens fast and they're in and out.
As gas prices continue to rise, Jansen says he believes this theft could become a bigger issue. Alex Gerber, CTV News in Bloomberg, Manitoba.
We have breaking news now on the hantavirus outbreak on the cruise ship. Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand confirming today that 2 Canadians who were on the vessel returned home before the outbreak was identified. In a post on social media, she says this along with 1 Canadian who was not on the vessel, however, was on the same flight. They had come in contact with a symptomatic individual. 2 people are in Ontario and 1 is in Quebec. Anand says asymptomatic and have received guidance to self-isolate. Menopause is something all women go through, but finding answers and the right medical care in a timely fashion can be a struggle. The new virtual menopause clinic is hoping to help bridge that gap for Albertans. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
I started second guessing myself, like, is this menopause?
Menopause!
Starting to lose my
Menopause clinic. Hot flushes.
People make a lot of jokes about menopause, like, oh, you're going crazy, or you're losing all your hair, and stuff like that. Those were actually happening to me.
Answers she many women struggled to get as the years passed and symptoms persisted. Her frustration grew.
This is a big deal. Every single woman on the planet is going to go through it. And it seems like this big black box that no one talks about.
There's over 34 validated symptoms of menopause. Dr. Nisha himself says on average, women go through perimenopause and menopause for 7 to 8 years, sometimes longer. How it impacts each woman can vary.
It depends on how much they're affected by those hormone fluctuations. So there are some women who only see menstrual cycle changes.
Only see menstrual cycle changes. Only see.
Oh, that was loud.
And there are women that
Sorry.
see both.
She says there are very few special
Baba put like
in Canada, and the wait to get in can be long. It's why she's part of a local team behind Ethica, a virtual menopause clinic.
We're helping you make sense of your symptoms, what's happening, listening, validating, and helping you navigate what would be care plan would be best for you.
There is a fee to access the service, which could be covered by private health insurance. Its website does include a number of free resources to help answer women's questions about menopause. Volrath says she tried everything, including products claiming to relieve symptoms and balance hormones that popped up on social media. But it was the clinic that changed her life.
I felt like I had the information and the resources to tackle the situation and to start to regain my life, control over my life, as opposed to menopause having control over me.
Ethica is currently available in Alberta and Ontario, but is expected to expand to other provinces in the coming months. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Now tip it off. Final 45 seconds of the period. It's the Christ they score!
They found the back of the net, but couldn't score enough as the Canadians fall short in Game 1 in Buffalo. The latest in the Habs Stanley Cup playoff runs. Stay with us.
Love Parliament Hill. I love the drama. The stakes are so high. And Question Period is the landmark. Want to know what's truly going on in our country? Here's where you'll find out.
The global economy is fundamentally changing.
This is a place where real change can happen. Major
La 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 la.
conversations.
We don't need more bureaucracy.
Everything off the cuff with real pressure to give honest answers. These are the people who make news. What they say drives what everyone in Canada is talking about. Right now, that's more important than ever.
An all-new Boston Blue, Friday on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
Hi, I'm Patty Levitt-Reed. And if you're a Canadian homeowner looking for retirement income solutions, consider reversing your thinking on reverse mortgages. I've spent most of my career educating people on how they can make their money work for them. With CHIP, you can access the value of your home in tax-free cash without having to sell it. And most importantly, there are no monthly mortgage payments required.
If you are 55 or older,
Coffee.
no obligation CHIP reverse mortgage guide. With CHIP, you can get up to 55% of your home's value in tax-free cash. Take only what you need in a lump sum or over time, with no monthly mortgage payments required. Call 1-833-753-2447.
Maybe it's time for you to consider CHIP too.
Call now for your free no obligation guide. Call 1-833-753-2447. That's 1-833-753-CHIP. Or visit chip.ca. Call CHIP today and live retirement your way.
Go squeeze. Go wild with nature.
Because sometimes we feel guilty. Give more love than humanly possible when you feed a Hill's scientifically proven formula. Because you're only human, there's Hill's.
The Government of Canada is bringing down your costs so you can get ahead. With the new Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit, eligible Canadians will
Sige lang ko pa. No worries. Dili lang po ko.
also invest in $500 million in a stronger food supply chain to help make groceries more
Hi.
a more affordable Canada is a stronger Canada. Learn more at canada.ca/getting ahead.
It wasn't the start the Montreal Canadiens were hoping for game one of their second round playoff series against the Buffalo Sabres.
On for Green White. He's got Kozak moving to the net. Green White. Hits
Ah.
shots.
The Sabres scored on back-to-back power plays en route to a 4-2 win over the Canadiens. Nick Suzuki and Kirby Dach scored for the Habs. Montreal, of course, is coming off that Game 7 victory, knocking out Tampa Bay in the first round. With the World Cup set to kick off in Toronto and Vancouver next month, there are calls for better protection against brain injuries, especially amongst young players. As CTV's health reporter Pauline Chan tells us, the call has been led by the Concussion Legacy Foundation Canada.
Kaya Gibson has been playing soccer since she was 4, and while she's a skilled player, she's had several concussions, the worst when she was in grade 5.
I was out of school for like a month and out of soccer for like over 5 months. It was a long time, so I had difficulty just like integrating back into school, and obviously I was off of screens for a long time, and I think it was mostly hard just from a social aspect.
What's really important for the public to understand is it's not just concussions. The primary risk factor on all this is the repetitive, non-concussive, cumulative impacts that somebody gets over the course of their career.
Former CFL player Tim Fletcher says if he knew as a youth what he knows now, he would have conducted his career differently and reduced the number of total brain impacts he had when he was a kid.
92% of Canadians support stronger rules
Cheers.
to prevent
Coffee.
brain injuries is an overwhelming statistic.
He's calling on Canada's top sports organizations to bring in strict standards to protect children's brains. Things like no hitting the ball in soccer under age 13. Coach Tom Milligan says Oakville Futsal has banned heading for all its players under 18.
So yeah, you'll have the regular soccer or futsal type injuries, ankle, get my ankle roll, or knee, I get the knees bumped. But outside that, there's been no no head injuries occurred here.
Canada is behind countries like the UK in banning youth heading, and Oxford neuroscientist Holly Bridge says for young players, hitting the ball is not a big part of the game.
The skill involved in actually getting your head to hit football, those sort of anticipation skills that the brain needs to learn, actually, they're quite difficult.
She says taking it out of the game also reduces the risk of head-to-head collisions that are also a big cause of brain trauma for players. Pauline Chan, CTV
Brain trauma.
There's a new development in the ongoing saga over the future of the Vancouver Whitecaps. A local business group that wants to keep the soccer team in BC has expressed interest in bidding on the club. CTV's Kevin Chirac has more on what we know about this latest plan to save the Caps.
It's new hope.
Hi, Ian.
Seemingly came out of nowhere.
Long time no hear. How are you?
That has been organizing apparently for a few weeks to.
Cheers for coffee, my friend.
I don't have the details. I'll leave it to the big group to share those details.
I have my coffee here. Good to see you too. Thanks for coming.
An unexpected twist on a day that began
Coffee is perfect though.
Axel Schuster addressing media Wednesday morning, speaking for the first time since an American billionaire went public with an offer to move the team to Las Vegas. I'm hopeful that we will find a solution by that point.
Thank you.
No major updates.
Of course, we will not be forgetting. I'll grab my tripod.
On next day revenues, is this we are open to look at every possible solution. Is it deal? Is it partnering?
Partnerships, a key source of revenue.
Because right now we are the bottom end in corporate sponsorships in this week, and I think there's some.
So yesterday, or was it yesterday or the other day? No, that was the other day. So I had my live. And I had my music on, and oh my God, from the beginning, from the very start up to the very end, I got copyright, of course. So I'm working on my copyright. So I will not be using music no more. Warm, well, the weather is. Let me check the weather. 14 degrees. It's not too warm. It is sunny, but it's still cold. You know.
This message from the World Health Organization today, they get the cruise ship hantavirus outbreak coverage continues after the break. CTV's Todd Vanderbilt picks it up quickly.
So yeah. It's windy though.
All the issues that hit home, they're asking the right questions. Trust CTV News.
So how are you there? What are you? How was your day?
Tomorrow on Your Morning, the Toronto Tempo's inaugural season tips off. Start your morning with us Friday on CTV News channel at Craig.
What are you up to? We're going to sleep now, no?
One thing Mary knows will never go out of style is having a plan to protect her family. So she got 50 life insurance.
No, I just come home from work.
And chose a coverage amount she wanted her loved ones to receive, up to $250,000. Plus, if she's diagnosed with a terminal illness, 100% of the benefit amount is paid in advance.
I work night shift, remember, 12 hours. So yeah.
Or visit 50up.ca.
Let's cut to the chase. You don't need a truck that talks. You need one that shows up. Work days, game days, and these days.
And of course, I'm having my coffee. The days, I will not be missing my coffee every morning. So it's part of me, my coffee. Really? What time is it? It is 9:59 in the morning here.
Which reminds me, I've got a few choices to make of my own.
Welcome to Listener's Choice. The number one great choice for kids over 50.
I'd like a quick quote, please.
If you're Canadian resident age 40 to 80, you can choose the right amount of coverage for you
Yes, just finished my night shift. 8 to 8. And then I stopped in the groceries. I bought some basic. The basic that I bought is or was 7 kilos of rice. We always have rice because my son loves rice. So I cook for him at work. Like, you know, he has food reserved rather than buying outside. No, it's more economical. We can save a lot more of money from that. So, and cooking my recipe are more delicious than the outside food, and you can get more than enough what you need. So yeah, I do cook always all the time. Every weekend I cook, or every time when he's here, because I don't eat much rice. I think I only have rice once a week. Most of the time I have oatmeal. But I love bread though, so I'm not really losing weight. There's no way. I love my bread. I love my raisin bread with melted cheese. You should try that. Yeah. But rice not good. Maybe you get fat. No, my son has to eat rice. So my son works in WestJet, but every morning, like let's say they have a stopover, so in the hotel they are only free for like the normal thing, like they only have free breakfast. So in the dinner time they have to buy their own. So what I do is I cook for him, so he always has food for dinner. Let's say he's flying for 3 nights or 3 days or 4 days, so he has four container for dinner, different menu. I we always have rice. Filipino, that's typical Filipino though.
Returned home before the outbreak was identified. In a post on social media, she says this, along with one Canadian who was not on the vessel, but was on the same flight, and they have come into
Yes, rice for many days, for consumptions, for a couple days of his work. So we always have rice.
they're all asymptomatic and they have received guidance to self-isolate. As for the World Health Organization taking the lead on this story, saying today that
See? So I stopped by the groceries and I have this. I bought this. Only 7 kilos though. Like this will be 2 months of consumptions for us. Can you see it clearly? Huh? See? So there's no chance I'm gonna lose my weight. I'm okay. I'm okay with my weight. I 50, sometimes 56, sometimes 55. So more muscle, not really muscle, more fats, more um whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
has also been hospitalized in Amsterdam and is being tested for antibodies. Earlier today, the government had saying it set up a strategic response to try and
Yeah, it's just that's part of a Filipino culture yet. And that's part of your bringing up too. I grew up in my grandparents' house, so my grandmother cook for everybody, for us, for his kids. So that's kind of way they bringing us up. So I was kind of inheriting that way too in my kids now.
take on the response right now, what we're seeing here.
Well, certainly the minister is taking the right appropriate response. Also,
But Not all Filipina do that though. Don't expect that all Filipina are doing the same thing as what I do, as what I do or what I did. So as I've said, different bringing up, different style. So
Particularly the WHO just shows once again the major issue emerging. We can deal with it.
oh, I will give you a jacket. Sorry, let me one sec. Where's my other phone?
The fragmentation, different flags of the ships, different crews, people from all over the world on the ships.
I don't like my Samsung, my S26.
At a time when the WHO is being weakened substantially by the withdrawal of the U.S. and money and support, so it's another example.
I keep on talking and I'm not realizing that you have no jacket. Give me one sec, Yad.
How challenging is it for the Canadian government, Mr. Axworthy, to protect public health here in our country while at the same time, reassuring Canadians abroad and avoiding any unnecessary panic during something like this as it plays out?
Well, I think the government is certainly responding in a kind of direct, singular way to each of these issues. But it may be that this prompts a broader examination of how what's going on in our oceans. I mean, we're all consumed on what's happening in the Hormuz Strait and the disappearance of international travel and passage. But we're in the cruise industry, by the way, which is a very major sort of activity in Canada itself in terms of people coming into the North and Arctic. These things are really in a system that's like a sieve. There's just no real depth or control. And the only agency that has some competence, the WHO, has been substantially undermined by, again, the building several efforts to deconstruct international rules and procedures.
So the ability to respond to future global health emergencies, you're saying, is being undermined.
That's right. I mean, I think we should pick up these sort of major signals. And I think that once again, in terms of how do we start reconstructing and redesigning and rebuilding, here's one of those areas where, like I said, you've got close to 40 million ships and subject to a very fragmented.
I just watched your lingerie old stuff. Yeah, I am not really updated now though, because I haven't been ordering my online stuff too. Because I am saving my money for my farm. Have you seen my tilapia? The fish one in the fish pond, it's getting bigger though. It's getting crazy. And I am focusing on my extra, building up my nipa hut.
Okay, Tom, thank you.
We're going to go to the Capitol, where Conservative Leader Pierre
So yeah,
speaking at an annual conference known as the Canada Strong and Free Network. Let's listen to some of that.
Is actually down. That's the only part that's dropped.
oh, thank you.
The already insane levels that Trudeau left behind.
I know, like it's very expensive now though. Like I realized that instead of ordering new stuff online for and I'm not really getting a lot of money in YouTube. So yeah, but my priority now, I'm saving my money for my nipa hut because I am going to the Philippines in July, so I am hoping I can have that done, my nipa hut.
Than we had seen in generations. Yet he's not removed a single Trudeau-era anti-development law.
You know, when you are aging, you are always looking forward for your retirement.
No permit, no builder, no investor,
Ay, ay, ay. Yad.
No end date, and Mr. Carney was asked if he even supports building.
Yeah, you should take a look my latest short for my tilapia. It's oh my god, it's crazy. They're getting bigger, like crazy bigger. It's been more than 1 month and maybe 5 days now to be exact, but they're growing like crazy. Yeah. And my Nipa hat has already balcony extension, like they extended the balcony. They're working in the balcony yesterday. They put the roof on and then a little part of the flooring in the balcony. So that was pretty cool though. Well, I'm hoping someday when I'll be in the Philippines, I can do my try on now in my Nipa hat. That's kind of cool. That's kind of atmosphere, another ambience.
3 months ago, he signed on to what he called the strategic partnership for a new world order with the dictatorship in Beijing. And of course, there's the illusion of the last election, where he said he needed to call an immediate snap election so that he had a mandate to conclude a deal with Trump and end the tariffs. And here we are.
And
He
in the
hasn't
tariff.
sat down at the negotiating table for 5 months, while the Mexicans are there eating our diplomatic and economic lunch. He is sitting on the sidelines, and our people are sitting with their jaws on prime.
Yes, aging all you, but you kept that. Well, I'm trying though. I have self-discipline. It depends on us though, really. Like if you have a mindset and if you have a self-discipline, just do the regular way. Doing my workout at least twice a week. No, I'm not pretty active because the reason why I can't film during the weekend too is my son is always here during the weekend because he has another world dance competition in May 23rd and last month and this coming May 13, I believe, there will be another cities competition before the world competition. So he is pretty much all the time here in the during my off and during the weekend. So I am super busy, when he's here. We cook, we eat, some kind of like that. Oh, I don't eat much, but at least I have to cook for him. So that's the reason why too.
Guests at this conference this year will include the Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith. We'll keep our eye on that. Fuel shortages are forcing Air Canada to cut more flights along select routes to the United States. The airline says it's ending service on seasonal flights on 4 different routes. Those include from Toronto to Sacramento, California, Vancouver to Raleigh, North Carolina, Toronto to Charleston, and Montreal to Austin, Texas. Air Canada says it plans to resume those flights next summer. Jet fuel prices.
Oh my goodness, no, everything goes up. You do not need to sleep. No, actually, I will take a nap later around 12 o'clock afternoon. That's my routine.
They want to make a deal with very good talks over the last 24 hours. And it's very possible that we're going to get that.
One American news outlet is
Around like 12 to 3. That's my body clock. I will have that kind of nap or sleep at 12. You can carry on, Iyad. Thank you for dropping by, though. I appreciate your time.
Disproportionately affected by this, that relates back to all the factors
I watched Top Workout Gear. Thank you.
Is driven by a number of factors. One being the injection drug use, homelessness, mental health issues, as well as a rise in other sexually transmitted and bloodborne infections.
In 2024, Manitoba's infection rate was about
There's new virus now, no? The hantavirus. Well, it's been around for a while, but then there's no cure. Well, same as HIV, there's no curation. There's no cure really in HIV.
while the highest total cases remain in the city of Winnipeg. Following a war of words triggered by President Trump against the Pope, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is at the Vatican trying to smooth things.
I like the shirt. Thank you.
Download the CTV News app or stream anytime at ctvnews.ca.
Still.
If you're paying high interest rates on your credit card, you're wasting money. Consolidated credit union with your creditors reduce your total payment by up to 50%.
Consolidated.
So you can stop canceling multiple payments, save thousands in interest charges, and pay off your credit card debt fast. You don't have to be good with money because we are. Call 800-599-1740 for a free consultation or go to debtupnow.ca. 800-599-1740. That's 800-599-1740.
You are so far, lady. Am I? Well, okay, I'll move forward. Closer. Let me just give me one second. Oh, too many stuff. Tripod. Okay. Now here I am.
Welcome to Senior's Choice, the #1 direct twister Canadians over 50. How can I help?
I'd like to get a quote, please.
If you're a Canadian resident, age 40 to 80, you can choose the right amount of coverage for you and your family, up to $250,000.
Now I can kiss you. What did you do today? Yeah, what accomplishment you had? Cheers for coffee. Where am I? Here. Hmm.
America's top diplomat, Secretary of State Marco Rubio visiting the Vatican today to try and ease tensions after President Trump's verbal attacks against Pope Leo himself and America. Rubio
I want to go swim, but I can't. Why? You don't know how to swim? My friend was too oh, Filipino time, eh? Sure, I can swim. Okay. Complex schedule, huh? Well, there are more days though, so you can have that rain check. It's nice weather now. No, it's getting warmer as here. But this season is different. Why? because up until 2 weeks ago, I think though we are still like in my 12 years here, no, though this was the first time I encountered snowing in April. Almost the whole April was snowing. So yeah. Yes, but when I get to you, yes, but when I get to YouTube, I no, please carry on. Go, go. Enjoy yourself. Take your take your time in swimming though. Like I'm okay. Like I'm okay here. I really am so grateful that you come by, stop by, and having a chit chat. I will be having my YouTube actually asked me to do at least twice of a live streaming in a week. No, I mean I just miss it. Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't get that. You know what? Thank you, 5 million people watching in my house. Thank you so much. Whoever you are, appreciate your time. That will help my watch hour though. My watch hour drop into not even 200. Really. Super dark gray. That's not good. No, no wonder why YouTube asked me to do a live streaming badly. It's okay. Huwag mo magsabi. Fiesta, a lot of fiesta back home. Kisses. Da-da-da-da-da.
All right, so this will be a Jones there. She is the provincial health minister in Ontario. He asks questions to homeowners in the border, and then two people are currently isolated in Ontario. Two people connected to that virus outbreak on a cruise ship in West Africa. The minister said they are not seeing any risk of transmission. The doses
Oh, that's garbage truck. La 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 la. Aray ko. Oh.
To prove these underwear don't ride up, they don't punch, and they stay in place all day, we're putting them to the ultimate test. One thing Mary knows will never go out of style is having a plan to financially protect her family. So she got 50-year life insurance. There were no medical or blood tests needed to fund. She just answered 8 simple health questions over the phone and chose a coverage amount she wanted her loved ones to receive, up to $250,000. Plus, if she's diagnosed with a terminal illness, 100% of the benefit amount is paid in advance. Get a life insurance quote today. Call 1-833-548-5050 or visit 50m.ca.
Got flavor love? Be bold. Get spicy. Break your flavor block with Mothwell Chews.
That was at the start of the Montreal Canadiens were hoping for a Game 1 of their second-round series against the Buffalo Sabres.
On for Green White. He's got Kozak moving to the net. Green White. His shot's good.
The Sabres scored on back-to-back power plays en route to a 4-2 win over the Canadiens. Nick Suzuki and Kirby Dach scored for the Habs. Montreal coming off a 7-8 victory over Tampa Bay in the first round. The Buffalo Sabres were a more rested team. They had 4 days off since eliminating the Boston Bruins. Buffalo will host the coming up tomorrow Friday before the series then shifts to Montreal on Sunday. That's the message from health organization. The risk is low in a deadly cruise ship. A virus like antivirus and
Wow, very good guy.
This town is full of insiders. I'm not one of them. I push for answers when everyone here is built to support them. I'm obsessed with politics, with what politicians are doing, who has what to gain, and why. Here's the very definition of public enemy. This is the privilege to get public sector. Lie. We fly by the seat of our pants. What's happening right now, today? So the moment a politician makes a decision that affects you,
Expect more with Clutch Cars. Beauty meets performance. It's redefining the definition of what defines a car.
Yeah, you've got the wrong car. This one failed inspection. I'm getting one now. Well, we bring one in that is Clutch certified. Oh, yeah, let's look it up. It's been over there. You see? Much better. Clutch certified.
Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Everything I can.
Welcome to Cover Direct, Canada's most trusted direct life insurance provider. How can I help? Hi, I'd like to get a quote for family life insurance, please. There's no complicated forms, and you can arrange everything right now. If you're a Canadian resident aged 18 to 70, you can apply for up to $1.5 million of coverage and help give your family some peace of mind. That's great. You won't need a medical or blood test to be approved. Just a few health and lifestyle questions. Sounds good. If you chose $100,000 of coverage, it could be as little as $9.66 a month. That's just 32 cents a day. That's less than I thought. And that money can pay for the mortgage right away. Cover Direct Family Life Insurance is exclusively available from us. You can't buy it anywhere else. I'll do it. To get a free, no obligation quote, call one of our trusted insurance advisors today at 1-844-990-3342 or visit coverdirect.ca.
Let's talk about that solution manager.
Galing.
Hiding from helicopter pneumonia won't help protect you from it, but drug not 20 can. Talk to your healthcare provider.
La 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 la. One sec. I don't like this Samsung though. I don't know what's wrong, but it seems like they're having problem with the connection always.
Sylvia Jones, Ontario's health minister, responding to questions about two Canadians who are currently isolating in their province after disembarking from a cruise ship. Near Africa, there's been a deadly outbreak of the hantavirus. Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister said one of the person in Quebec is now back in Canada as well, who was not on the vessel itself, but was on the same flight back to her country and may have come in contact with a symptomatic individual. Our infectious disease specialist, Dr. Isaac Bonach, is standing by with more here. Good to see you, Dr. Bonach. There's always lots going on. What should people be focusing on?
No, I think the key thing here is coordination. And when you have an issue like this, where you have multiple countries involved in an outbreak setting, you really need a good quarterback. And it looks like the WHO is doing the quarterbacking here. Based on what we're hearing, they seem to be doing a good job. They seem to have contacted all their own countries, have ensured that people who have been sadly sick and harvest get good medical care. They're working at the disinfection of the ship in terms of cabins where people who were sick were residing in, and they seem to be coordinating with all relevant countries where people may be returning to. So that's exactly what's needed in a situation like this.
3 Canadians are now isolating. What does that look like in terms of monitoring in practice?
It's a lot of hurry and wait. It's basically monitoring for signs and symptoms of infection. People do develop such symptoms, then getting medical care. But we don't have prophylaxis for this. We don't have a dedicated antiviral for this particular type of infection. That if someone does get sick, the care is support care in the hospital. We know this is a potentially lethal virus. It's fortunately rather rare, but it does cause very severe illness. Looking at 8 cases so far in this outbreak, and there's 3 deaths already. 5 outbreaks of this exact virus have had mortality rates of 20 to 30%. So it's something that's taken very seriously. And that's why I think it's important that those individuals who may have been exposed are isolated.
How contagious is it?
It doesn't seem to be very contagious, but of course there can be person-to-person transmission, as we've seen here. And this isn't the first time this has happened. And I think it's important to recognize that we've now known this exact virus for decades. There have been notable outbreaks of this virus, including human-to-human transmission. Most recently, in 2018 in Argentina, there was an example of that outbreak where someone was symptomatic went to a birthday party with about 100 other people there. And the people that got this infection were 5 others who were sitting in very close proximity to the ill individual. So it's not like a person walked into that setting and 100 people got ill. So of course, we transmitted it from person to person. We've known that for some time. But if we look at the spectrum of how transmissible it is, it definitely can be transmitted, but it's not efficiently transmitted.
Right, and the World Health Organization is saying, quote, right now, we're low risk to the general public or assessment of that.
I mean, based on everything today, that seems very reasonable. This looks like an individual risk, not necessarily a global or regional risk to date. Let's obviously stay humble and not pretend that we know everything about this virus. But on the same hand, we're not going to ignore 30 years of data that we have and prior outbreaks that have been well with pretty straightforward public health interventions.
I'm also curious when they say that there is one person who may have come into contact on board an airplane with a symptomatic person. I mean, a lot of people on board an airplane, how do you determine who that one person was and that it wasn't the person sitting next to them or in front? Or how does that work?
Yeah, it's pretty tricky, especially with airplanes. And there's, believe it or not, a lot of data and science looking at how respiratory infections are transmitted on airplanes and who's at risk. It's usually the people sitting directly beside, directly in front, and directly behind an ill individual. And the reason that is because many of these infections are transmitted through the air. And there's pretty brilliant engineering on airplanes in terms of air circulation, in terms of how air is recycled and cleaned and circulating on airplanes. So the risk is usually very proximate to the ill individual. The other place people can get infected on an airplane is in the washroom if there's people congregating in the back. Or, don't forget, getting onto the plane, there's often a lot of crowds, and getting off the plane, there's often crowds as well. So there's a science behind this that I look forward to hearing more about what is the incident has been monitored and followed for that.
Last question after the nightmare we all went through with COVID-19. Is the world much better prepared now to handle a global medical emergency or not? What do you think?
Well, I'd love to say yes to that, but I think we're in this panic neglect cycle where, in times of panic, there's lots of funding and exposure and resources available. And then you enter times of neglect, and I'm talking globally, not necessarily locally, where I think COVID has taken a backseat and many of the lessons, there are lessons. The question is, are they actually implemented? And, I think we're farther ahead, but we could be much better prepared from a global standpoint. When we look at specifically this particular outbreak, it looks like everyone's doing exactly what they should. The WHO is coordinating. People seem to be aware of what's happening. The cruise ship is doing exactly what we wanted to do. People are getting appropriate medical care, and there seems to be a well-coordinated public health response, including contact tracing. That's exactly what we want to see.
Dr. Isaac Barbash, mentioned leading infectious disease specialist with us today. Good to see you as always. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
And stay with us here on News Channel for the updates on that story throughout the day. The Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith, is facing some tough questions again over a massive privacy breach in the province. She admits that a United Conservative Party staff of her party attended an online meeting where the Alberta Republicans were shown the extent of the information shared and potential targeting. They say April 16th, the PCB held its Director of Stakeholder Relations, Randeep Sandhu, attended this online meeting. In the meeting, participants were shown how to use a digital tool containing the personal information of 3 million Alberta voters.
The Premier's created an office culture where it's either okay to be incompetent and not know that's a problem, or to be so deeply unethical and not care. So Premier, which is it?
The Premier argues Santu had a perfectly good reason to listen to the Centurion Project and to not report the data leak.
Person in question is a caucus staff member of his opposition district. He actually goes to a lot of events. There was no way for him to know that this data was illegal. That was not disclosed at all.
Santu has ignored CTV News calls for comment. His attendance is now being scrutinized inside and outside of Alberta.
Certainly through my eyebrows this evening, I guess we're going to have to see what comes out of that.
We're receiving numerous calls about the matter, and we certainly are following what's going on in the media, and we're paying close attention. And if we should have some information available tomorrow about the work our office is doing in this regard.
Alberta's Privacy Commissioner is paying attention, but she's expressed some skepticism as to whether she has jurisdiction here.
If you look at places like BC where they have powers to investigate voting parties, that could be a really good thing here.
There are calls for other change, too. The electoral list legally belonged to the Republican Party of Alberta, but it illegally ended up with the Centurion Project. Some wonder why a French party had access in the first place. Don't expect that rule to be shifted anytime soon.
Having a list of electors is essential for democracy because it promotes a playing field for smaller parties. If you're trying to compete with the big juggernaut parties.
Tim Brook, CTV News, Calgary.
A delegation of business executives from Mexico currently in Toronto. The goal is to boost trade between Canada and Mexico. President Trump's trade war on our country and his ongoing threats against Mexico, too. A Mexican top economic official posted this photo of himself and our country's Canada-U.S. trade minister, Dominic LeBlanc, saying that Mexico and Canada will grow their trade and investments, and thanking LeBlanc for welcoming a delegation of more than 250 different representatives from Mexican countries in office to visit Canada. It comes as our country is trying to diversify away from the United States, speaking of which Trump's trade war against Canada having a real impact on the American alcohol industry. We've got some new numbers here. The U.S. Alcohol Council there saying it saw a 63% drop in exports to Canada last year, 2025, a 63% drop in blames the current ban on American liquor in most Canadian provinces, a move that, of course, was done in retaliation over Donald Trump's bullying of our country. All right, not the game one that the Canadians or their fans were hoping for, but they lost to the Boston Bruins, who are now closer to the next stage. And with breaking news tonight, now more than ever, Canadians need to know where our leaders stand. On the issues that they call for asking the right questions. Trust CTV News, now more than ever. And all the rest of Blue, Friday on CTV, stream next week on Credit.
If you're paying high interest rates on your credit card, you're wasting money. Consolidate your credit bills with your creditors to reduce your total payments by up to 50% and lower your high interest rates so you can stop juggling multiple payments. Save thousands in interest charges and pay off your credit card debt fast. You don't have to be good with money because we are. Call 800-599-1740 for a free consultation or go to debthelpnow.ca. 800-599-1740. That's 800-599-1740.
You don't need a truck and talks. You need one that shows up. Work days, game days, and these days. Because the minutes, the hours, and the days add up. And Ram is up for them all. Ranked the most dependable full-size truck for change power. And backed by an unsurpassed 10-year, 160,000-kilometer warranty. Get 0% financing for 72 months on both the 2026 Ram 1500 and Ram 2500 at the Ram Make Your Move event.
For Canadians without health benefits, rising out-of-pocket health costs are hitting hard. With personal health insurance from Green Shield, you can keep costs down and more money in your pocket. Our plans cover the things you actually need, like up to 80% coverage on dental. That should put a smile on your face. And most plans are guaranteed acceptance with no medical exams. Want over $2,500 in coverage for registered specialists? Just call this number. And get the coverage you just need. You can save really big on prescriptions, like up to 90% coverage. Now that's peace of mind you can count on. It's easy to apply, and there's no waiting period. Visit greenshield.ca for free help. Or call 1-844-385-7873. That's 1-844-385-7873.
Hi, welcome back. We're in from the United Nations now on the Strait of Hormuz. And I believe that is the U.S. representative at the United Nations giving us his take. Of course, Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil supply passes through. Let's listen in.
We had countries, regardless of the conflict, regardless of what you think about the conflict or who started what. Imagine if you had two countries, hypothetically, like Spain and Morocco, have some type of dispute and then throw sea mines into the Straits of Gibraltar and then start trying to charge shipping to pass through the Straits of Gibraltar to settle with leverage with the other side, collective punishment of the entire world to try to resolve some type of dispute. It's unacceptable, it's immoral, and it's illegal in international law. So this should be a simple demand. The removal of mines from an international waterway. We cannot accept illegal tolls. We have to address these violations here in the council. And we have to ask ourselves, if a country chooses to oppose such a simple proposition, do they really want peace? As energy and food costs rise for the world's peoples, and if aid fails to reach the very people that the countries in the council claim to care about, what does that really say for the UN? What does that say for these countries abiding by international law? And also, what does it say and the choices they're making? Now's the time for choosing, and are the countries in the council choosing to stand with a regime that slaughters its own people, that brutalizes its neighbors, that strangles the world's economy? Or are they standing with the shining cities of Manama, Kuwait City, Dubai, Riyadh, Doha, with the people that seek a better future for not only their people, but for the region and for the world? I don't know. I know what decision the United States is making. And we're choosing to stand for freedom of navigation. We're choosing to stand with international law. We're choosing to stand with our partners as we move forward. So we're giving the UN and the Security Council another chance, get back to basics, to uphold these basic principles, to build on 2817, Resolution 2817, passed without opposition in this council with 136 co-sponsors, and we'll see what the council decides to do in the days to come. Thank you, and I can Ambassador Long.
Thank you, Ambassador Waltz. All right, so we were listening in there to Mike Waltz. He is Donald Trump's representative at the United Nations, the top American representative, saying that it's time for the United Nations to do more to pressure Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, specifically the Security Council. Of course, the Trump administration is a huge critic of the United Nations and often is attacking and insulting. In this case, they want the UN to help them try to put more pressure on Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, saying that this is totally illegal what Iran has done, mining the waters, and of course interfering in that international shipping route, blocking as well 20% of the world's oil. We'll keep our eyes on what's happening in the United Nations, and this certainly wasn't the start. The Canadians, rather, in Montreal were hoping for game one of their second round series against the Buffalo Sabres. They lost.
On for green light. Got Kozak moving to the net. Green light. It shuts the
The Sabres scored on back-to-back power plays en route to a 4-2 win over the Montreal Canadiens. Nick Suzuki, Kirby Doc has scored for the Habs. Montreal coming off a 7-game victory over Tampa Bay in the first round. Let's bring in Cameron Gons, who's a hockey analyst for TSN. Cameron, good evening, thanks for your time.
Anytime. So I'm ready to come right after the interview.
So what went right? What went wrong? I mean, obviously the loss, but I mean, based on what you saw, what was your take from last night's game?
A team that just came off a 7-game series, they clearly didn't have the push at the start of the game that they had previously, and that was expected. You know, when you come off a series like that, you're going to have a little bit of that. But they came through late in the game and showed what they can do against this Buffalo team. That third period for Montreal was the type of game they're going to need to play. They need to have pucks going forward. They need to anticipate Buffalo going to be attacking all 5 players. Tampa Bay didn't do that. So there's few adjustments that Montreal made as that game went on. And if they can progress that to the next game, they will be fine. They lost a game. They can move on. It's still a 7-game series. They lost the first game last round, too. So there's nothing to be too concerned about, but there are some things they can work on.
All right, and yeah, we want to point out, the Sabres had like 4 days off, and obviously that can really help in terms of performance. What are the tweaks? What are you watching? What did you see? What are you hopeful for game 2?
I'm hopeful for, as a fan, I'm hopeful for more of the same in terms of the offense. There's a lot of opportunities that came in that game. But if you're Montreal, you have to be more aware of the defense of the Buffalo Sabres getting involved in the rush. As I mentioned, Tampa Bay didn't quite have, they had a few defensive that way, but almost every shift, when the puck leaves the defensive zone for Buffalo, they're looking to get their defensemen in the rush. That means all 5 forwards, all 5 players are trying to get involved. So Montreal has to defend that. They can't have forwards getting beat up ice. Too many rush opportunities happen at that time. They also need to find a way to get their first line going. Nick Suzuki and Kulkov will be 2 of their most important players this year. Kulkov is 150 goals. Right now, he is struggling to find out. He needs to find a way. They need to find a way to get him more involved. Maybe get him some ice time with a few other players, get him a few different looks, and key it high and let it fly. Just shoot the puck. He only had 2 shot attempts last game. If there's someone that really shoots the puck well and seemingly does it often, he needs to be more active shooting the puck from all angles. I think if they can start doing some of those things, get a bit more confidence in that top line, play a bit more on the defensive side of things, leaving the offensive zone, they should be fine.
Cameron Dobbs joining us, TSN commentator with this kickoff. Game 1 of the Montreal Canadiens versus the Buffalo Sabres. Game 2 is tomorrow, also in Buffalo, and then he goes back to Montreal on Sunday. Good to see you, Cameron. Thanks for this. Much appreciated.
Anytime.
All right, quick break for us here on CTV News Channel. We'll have more in a moment. Stay with us.
My grandson can choose to be anything he wants to be, which reminds me, I've got a few choices to make of my own.
Welcome to Senior Choice, the #1 correct choice for kids with 15 how to help.
Hi, I love you, cool, please.
If you're a Canadian resident age 41, you can choose the right coverage for you and your family. Up to $250,000.
Look at this. Oh, what's wrong with this?
Just a few healthy lifestyle questions.
Wow, that easy?
Depending on the coverage you choose, it could be as little as $14 a day. It's a lot. That's just one.
Okay. So,
Support my husband's retirement planning, or even pay off loans. I'll do it. Thanks, Mom.
Seniors Choice are the #1 correct choice for Canadians over 50. To get a free, no obligation quote, call one of our trusted insurance advisors today at 1-844-888-0577 or visit seniorschoice.ca.
Introducing the steak and cheese melt at Firehouse Subs. Stacked with new tender, flame-seared prime rib, melted coconut, caramelized onions and peppers, top sliced, toasted twice in extra milk. Because firefighters things go right only at Firehouse Subs.
coffee is getting cold. Oh, battery low. Oh no. There you go. Cover me, so how many hours? Let me check.
one of the most important elements of what's going on in our economy, which is the rise of AI. And we're not rushing. We consulted out with labor leaders last week, I was with environmental leaders, I was with Gen Z. So we're making sure we've got everything exactly right. In the meantime, we're doing an enormous amount of work that will become very short.
The comments follow a report on Wednesday from several privacy watchdogs that found the high-tech company OpenAI violated campus privacy laws when it first developed its feature popular chat change in cloud. Something called finding answers in the right kind of medical care in a timely fashion. Kennedy has started another virtual clinic in Edmonton to bridge the gap, seeking Amanda Anderson reports.
I started second guessing myself, like, is this radicals or am I like starting to lose my faculties, you know?
Deadpool Rat says the hot flashes, hair loss, and memory issues started about 6 years ago.
People make a lot of jokes about menopause, like, oh, you're crazy or you're losing all your hair and stuff like that. Those are actually happening.
Answers she and many women struggled to get as the years passed and symptoms persisted. Her frustration grew.
This is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
Is going to look through it. And it seems like this
Wapa!
box that no one talks about. There's over 34 validated symptoms of menopause.
Okay lang ko diri gwapa. Di may naka-open ako nga mga gadget. Mag-end na po ko taod-taod. Pila naman ko ka-oras?
So there are some women who only see menstrual cycle changes. There are women that see menopause symptoms and no cycle changes. And there are women that see both.
She says there are very few specialized menopause clinics in Canada, and the wait to get in can be long. It's why she's part of a local team behind Ethica.
No, i-off na nagwapa kay mag-off na ko karon in 10 minutes siguro. Check ko lang kung ilang oras na ako. Abuton lang na ako og 30 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes. For 2 hours. Sige lang diha lang na. Kuan lang na gwapa. I-off na lang imo diha. Mayroon na po ko diri paon ko. Oy, kabanha ba oy? Amin man tugnaw. There you go.
Is that a big kebab? Canadian big kebab. You want one? This is how it's offered. Tastes like victory to me. Delicious, tender, savors.
Consumables and limited collection makes everything smell like heat. Luxury lounges and beans so you can smell
Melty cheese. My favorite.
A floral amber fragrance created by women for women.
Balik ako. T-shirt. Oy, no? No, ang hangin.
Cold ice cream. Does that fatigue off? Sensitive teeth, patterns, weighted blanket over the sensitive areas of the tube. So you're actually repairing the tube. I would be recommending fentanyl clinical asthma replacement.
Let's do this.
Those who worry about their investment and those who choose to sell smart investors hold gold.
Manitoba declaring a public health emergency over the rising number of HIV infections.
It's the first time in 1 year that the senior official from the Trump administration has come to speak with the Pope.
And shuttle diplomacy at the Vatican as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio meets privately with Pope Leo after Donald Trump's insults and criticism of Trump. This is CTV News Channel Radio with us across the country on this Thursday. Give us the breaking news we're trying to release for you on the outbreak of a hantavirus on board a cruise ship, which is currently near Africa on its way to the Canary Islands. Foreign Affairs Minister confirming today that 2 Canadians who were on that vessel did return home before the outbreak itself was identified. In a post on social media, she says this, along with 1 Canadian who's not on the vessel, but was on the same flight back when they had come into contact with a symptomatic individual. 2 of the people are in Ontario being monitored, 1 is in Quebec, and that says all are asymptomatic and have received guidance to stop symptoms. The World Health Organization meantime said today that all reported cases of hantavirus pathogens are low population. It does believe the overall public health risk remains low.
That they could working with market developments and partners on the response under those regulations. Our priorities are to ensure the affected patients receive care, that the remaining passengers on the ship are kept safe and treated with dignity, and to prevent any further spread of the virus.
All right, so where do we stand? Again, 3 people have died in the outbreak. We've known that for a number of days now. The World Health Organization says that 5 of the 8 suspected cases have now been confirmed, proof positive. Countries around the world are doing their best to track down dozens of passengers who left the cruise ship, including from Canada. 1 flight attendant with the Dutch airline KLM, who had contact with the Dutch woman who later died. That flight attendant has also been hospitalized in Amsterdam and is being tested for the hantavirus. We heard from Ontario's Provincial Health Minister Sylvia Jones confirming the 2 residents of her province are in isolation because they were on that cruise ship.
We are getting regular updates on these 2 individuals, but preparing to see if there are any other individuals who could perhaps return to Canada and Ontario. The incubation and monitoring period will likely be in the 30-day period, but I want to reassure you that is ongoing and has already started as soon as they return to Ontario and happens on a daily basis.
All right, stay with us for the latest on the hantavirus, but let's move it now to Iran. And the country says it is reviewing the latest American proposal to try and end the war. President Trump is again threatening a new wave of bombings unless a deal is reached that includes reopening the key Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil passes through there.
They want to make a deal. We've had very good talks over the last 24 hours, and that is very possible that we'll make a deal.
One American news outlet is reporting the White House believes is near an agreement with Iran on a one-page memorandum anyway to end the war. Provisions would include a moratorium on the Iranian enrichment of uranium, of course, its nuclear program, which the U.S. sets in the heart of this conflict, as well as lifting U.S. sanctions on Iranian funds and opening up the Strait of Hormuz. But Iranian state television is saying that Iran is strongly rejecting the proposals, although it continues to examine it. And so still there. Meantime, fuel shortages related to what's going on in the Middle East, forcing Air Canada to cut more flights along some of its routes to the United States. So services flights on these four routes: Toronto to Sacramento, California, Vancouver to Raleigh, Toronto to Charleston, and Montreal to Austin, Texas, taking glass flights there from August, July, and also in September. Air Canada says it plans to resume flights next summer. Jet fuel prices have more than doubled since the start of the Iran war due to major supply disruptions. And of course, we know that fuel prices linked to that conflict are prices of conservation wanting to soar. So some people are turning to a cosmic concept which are unsuspecting drivers. They want to execute these Alex conflict no way to use the
Some are turning to unconventional methods to get their hands on fuel. Desperation moved with gas prices soaring. X marks the spot where people drill into fuel tanks with the intention of selling gas directly from vehicles.
So they'll take a bolt on, they'll drill it in, and they'll stick a pipe into the tank and pump it. And it's
Mechanics have noticed the recent uptick in vehicles coming into the shop with the gas tank damaged or carrying a couple of cars of water.
it's pretty simple, but it's complicated. They take a tank out, which on a lot of vehicles there's 2 to 3 hours of labor. There's a big and then we put it back in.
And with that, deceiving individuals and businesses on hundreds of dollars. Juliana Martel says 2 of the trucks in her business were recently targeted. Siphoning gas is the more traditional way to steal gas from a vehicle, but drilling a hole into the pump directly is a faster method. Also, using this type of method is relatively common, especially in rural communities. Their advice: keep your car in a wealthy area where cameras installed on your property. Similar to earlier this year, suspects a gas tank and stole fuel from a pickup truck. Thefts like this are also being reported as gas prices continue to rise. John's and sales will become a bigger issue. Alice represents videos She admits that a caucus of staff from her party, the United Conservative Party, did attend an online meeting where that operative was shown. The extent of the information shared and the potential harm it could create is sending shockwaves all over the cities to working spots.
On April 16th, UCP caucus director of stakeholder relations Monday Salty, who attended this online meeting.
It's cold. I mean, it's not cold, but it's windy. Okay, let's have.
14% of your home in a year. The lowest price FDA-approved GLP-1 ever. Now on road.
Huh.
Your plumbing leaks, your AC goes out, your washing machine breaks down. When it happens, don't panic. One call and we handle it all. Surround your home's major systems and appliances with peace of mind. With Choice Home Warranty, you can finally have peace of mind and protection for costly repairs and replacements.
It eliminates anxiety, frustration, and it saves you money. I recommend using Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers the repair and replacement of over 25 key systems and appliances. If one breaks down, it won't break the bank getting it repaired or replaced.
If you break down, that's why definitely need Choice Home Warranty service to give you the peace of mind knowing that they will solve the issue.
Every system and appliance will need repair at some point. With over 100,000 5-star customer reviews raving about our service, Choice Home Warranty is always ready when you need us.
We've been with Choice Home Warranty for over 7
Hi,
years.
ayan.
It's been easy, it's
Slide.
been affordable, and they take care of everything that we need.
Call right now to get your special phone deal. Plus, ask how you can get your first month free. There's no home inspection, no commitment, and you can cancel anytime. Join more than 2.4 million homes nationwide who protected their home with Choice. And Choice has a huge nationwide network of trusted technicians. Surround your home systems and appliances and yourself with the award-winning company that's been named the best home warranty company and best claim service. They are available 24/7, and every Choice Home Warranty plan covers repairs and replacements.
When the price breakdown, you need the security of a home warranty with this Choice Home.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and learn about special home pricing only available today. Plus, ask how you can get your first month free.
Call 800-983-8936. That's 800-983-8936. Call now.
Great swings like cooking a jet with passion. It's all about timing. I'd say that both about control. Timing, control. Timing, control. Timing. Control. Timing. It's all about timing. With jets at the right place and the right time. And control because you can choose from over 7,000 jets without a problem. Book a jet with passion.
Is your bath old and outdated, maybe even unsafe? In just one day, Jacuzzi gives you the safety you need and the personal style you want, all in a price you love. So your bathroom can go from this to this, this to this, or even this to this. And right now, we're waiving all installation costs and offering no interest or payments for a year.
Go to jacuzzibathmodel.com or call 800-384-9039. After months of tension between the Trump administration and the Vatican, Secretary of State Marco Rubio met this morning with Pope Leo. The visit follows extraordinary attacks on President Trump, which has accused the first American Pope of being a brutal lie, terrible for foreign policy, hurting the Catholic Church, and even wanting Iran to have a nuclear weapon. CNN's Jennifer Hansford is following Rubio's trip. Jennifer, before leaving, the Secretary dismissed the idea that this was an attempt at a diplomatic reset.
That's right, Boris. He may have tried to downplay that aspect, but it is clear that these two sides were trying to get back to some sort of normal relationship between Washington and the Vatican. Both the State Department and the Holy See put out readouts of that meeting that took place this morning in Vatican City in the Apostolic Palace, and both of them emphasized the need for there to be good and strong bilateral relations between the two sides. The U.S. State Department readout said that they focused on the situation in the Middle East as well as the Western Hemisphere. That would, of course, include Cuba. This is something Secretary Rubio said that he would be bringing up in this meeting with the Pope. He pointed to the fact that the U.S. has been using the Catholic Church to distribute some $6 million in humanitarian aid on the island. The Holy See readout said, quote, during the cordial discussions, the shared commitment to cultivate good bilateral relations between the Holy See and the United States of America was renewed. There was an exchange of views on the regional and international situation, with particular attention to countries marked by war, political tensions, and difficult humanitarian situations, as well as on the need to work tirelessly for peace. Of course, this meeting came against the backdrop of that barrage of attacks from President Trump going after Pope Leo for what he claimed was the Pope's desire for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. We should know here, boys, the Pope has never said Iran should have a nuclear weapon. He has instead voiced his opposition to that war in Iran, and it is still a gap that persists between the two sides, both on the war as well as issues of migration. Pope Leo has been an outspoken advocate for the rights of the refugees and migrants. This is something the Trump administration does not see eye to eye on, Boris.
Yeah, Rubio also scheduled to meet with Giorgia Meloni tomorrow, the Italian Prime Minister, another person that President Trump has had some tension with recently in light of Italy's response to U.S. attacks on Iran. What are you anticipating from that?
What's another seemingly attempt to level set and readjust the bilateral relationship after these attacks from the U.S. president. President Trump had gone after both Prime Minister Meloni herself for what he says not enough support for the war in Iran. He said that he thought she was brave, but he was wrong about that. He has also gone after other NATO members, including Spain, as well as Germany and the United Kingdom, for what he says is not enough support for the U.S. war. He has gone after them repeatedly and gone back and forth between saying they want to see them help, particularly.
Okay, let's have some update.
So there's a lot that will be on the plate for Rubio in that meeting tomorrow, Boris.
Jennifer Hansler, thank you so much. Still had a small business, big problem. Who report just how hard perfect economic storm that this is.
I don't like this. I don't get it. Why is this connections? Okay, let's go to. Every day. My phone.
The internet's been perfect. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes. Going to the 55 plus plan saved us. Switch and save today. You know why?
Plus.
The time, the cost, the anxiety. That's why Aspen Dental is changing how dentistry is done. With leading implanted dentistry technology.
Garbage. What's that?
Get 20% off dentures and implants. Aspen Dental. It's time to smile.
I didn't understand you.
Hello.
Instead of building new ways for machines to talk to people,
Enjoy.
Chase is building new places for people to talk to people. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Okay.
This May, Renewal by Anderson wants to give you a huge win. You can have our award-winning windows and doors right now, and you don't have to pay us a dime for 2 years. Save it, spend it, go buy a pony, whatever you want to do. And choosing Renewal by Anderson to replace your windows and doors makes your home worth more. 3 out of 4 real estate agents surveyed agree Anderson products increase a home's value by at least 10%. And we until our exclusive ensemble entry door systems. These are premium, custom-built entry doors that were designed for beauty and security. And one more thing, no other window company is going to do the whole project. Soup to nuts, with the nation's best warranty. And you don't pay us a dime until May of 2028. Call 1-800-918-1660. Holiday your way?
Plus, a rest of rain on. We better let
16,000 minus 2
I'm a design firm from the city to Prince Edward County, so I'm taking on everything from rundown barns to a kitchen for a Michelin star chef. Are you kidding me? I've brought my closest friends into the chaos, and I also happen to be working on the biggest renovation of my life. You're turning back down, baby. There is nothing else I would rather be doing. Oh my goodness. And there is no place I would rather be doing it. Save the county on your buyer's activity voice code to watch now.
Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer need? Now you can sell your policy, even a term policy, for immediate cash payment.
We thought we had planned carefully for our retirement.
But we quickly realized we needed way to supplement our
If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may qualify to sell your policy. Don't cancel.
Pundo.
Without finding out what it's worth. Visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if your policy qualifies. Call 1-800-481-1700.
Maxine to 17.
Closed captioning.
Hello,
Designer sales up to 70% off weekend.
Built has the designers that can harm the resale. Undecided prices new every day. Covered they'll be gone in a flash.
229.
Up to 70% off. Shopgenough.com today.
Mom and pop businesses across America are struggling to survive right now. Many small business owners are blaming tariffs. One telling CNN some costs are 5 times what they once were for her, and that is forcing these small business owners to make a difficult choice, either higher costs, raise prices, or lay off workers. And so what we're seeing now is the biggest cut in small business jobs in the last decade. CNN Jack is with us now to talk about this story. Now, you talked to several small business owners. It sounds like they are really struggling. What did they tell you?
Yeah, Brad, a lot of them all are really struggling for a range of reasons, including chaotic tariff policy, expensive health insurance, and lately surging energy costs. And yes, some of them have been forced to cut the very few workers that they were employing in the first place. Now, when you look at the small businesses, those employing fewer than 10 people, they slashed almost 300,000 jobs last year. That's the most in at least 10 years.
Very good.
So yes, more job cuts last year than during COVID. Now this is coming to us from Democrats on the Joint Economic Committee, who really dug into some intimate books of data. And they also found that this trend has continued into this year. Now to be clear, this is not a brand new problem. Yes, a lot of jobs in small businesses were lost in 2020 during the pandemic. There was this massive boom in 2021. But look at this, employment is
All right, 11,000 undo. Okay, that's fine.
Some of the tariff-exposed sectors, including retail, manufacturing, and construction, not only are they facing declines in revenue, but they're shedding work. Look at this.
Shedding.
Out of these small businesses, cutting 42,000 jobs just over the past year. And I spoke to a woman who owns a production company in Los Angeles, and she said they're facing price hikes on everything from food and transportation to clothes and fuel. She said it's just been a very expensive money pile of price hikes. And like a lot of other small business owners, she's struggling to pass along those costs to clients, and she's been forced to resort to layoffs.
So what's the White House saying is they're looking at this? This is really tough for them. What are they saying about these job cuts at small businesses?
Well, look, the White House is stressing that the president, he was working to try to empower small businesses. And then a spokesperson pointed to 3 different things. There's a tax overhaul, which does include all sizes. Also, small business administration reforms, and they say they cut significant amounts of red tape, amounts of billions of dollars in regulatory savings. Now, some of this does also depend on how you define a small business, because when you zoom out a little bit and you look at slightly larger small businesses, those who employ up to 20 people, ADP has found that those small businesses, they're still adding jobs. They added jobs last year, and they do continue to add jobs this year as well. And look, I mean, the situation is somewhat mixed. Some small businesses, others are thriving. There's also some small businesses that are March alone, about 500,000 applications that were filed to launch new businesses. The one recurring theme that I've heard is frustration over volatility and policy making out of Washington. I spoke to a woman who 20 years ago, she launched a small manufacturing company in River Rock with her husband. And she said that all these tariff hikes, they caused lots of price increases for her, delays in parts, and she said right now they're just struggling to stay alive. And she had a pretty simple message for Washington when it comes to tariffs. She said, stop the game plan. She said, this is not a game, this is people's lives. Brianna?
Yeah, and hopefully they're listening, right? This is very tough on these business owners. Matt, thank you very much. Still ahead, the World Health Organization says hantavirus cases are now suspected in
Hantavirus.
countries as the search is on for others who may be infected. We'll listen to the details right after the break.
Around the world, searching for friends, somebody around us, and accidents,
When kids start making money, Chase has expert bankers and smart tools to help them manage it. Chase, make your own yours. Is your shower trying to tell you something? Getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that can go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bathroom shower with a one-day jacuzzi bathroom model that's safer at a price you can afford.
It's incredible that they were able to do this in one day. It is beautiful. Oh, you have to see it. It was amazing how they fixed that in a day. You know what I like also? It's easy to clean.
Jacuzzi has been making water for free for more than 70 years, so you know it's a brand you can trust, and their products come with a lifetime warranty for a style you'll love for years to come.
I've had a great experience from start to finish. Years ago.
There has never been a better time to buy. We're making all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year. There are so many designs to choose from, including my Christina Preferred collection. Plus, we offer free, personalized, in-home design services to build the bath you've always wanted, right in your own space. Now let's talk about accessories. From soft close shower doors and adjustable shower heads to features like grab bars and custom seats that combine safety and style to keep you feeling
Safety and style.
for years to come. Plus, cleanup's a breeze with no grimy grout and no scrubbing. It just rinses clean. It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bathroom shower right away.
Call now and get zero installation costs, zero money down, zero payments with no interest for up to a year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or 800-801-6139. That's 800-801-6139. Call now.
Want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Ro now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper, so you can see weight loss results faster. Lose 20% of your weight with a formula that hits not one, but 2 hormones for less hunger and faster results. Weight loss faster, confidence higher, price cheaper. See if you qualify at ro.com/TV.
Get new floors during Empire Today's gigantic 75% off sale. That's carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and laminate. Up to 75% off. Schedule now.
Are you at home wondering if your retirement plan is really working for your long-term goals? Maybe it's time to find out. At Fisher Investments, we're a full-time fiduciary. Our goal is to grow your wealth and help you retire comfortably.
We also have a transparent fee structured so we do better and you do better. If your portfolio is $1 million or more, we have up-to-date guidance you need now. Call or scan for your free Smart Retirement Action Kit. 3 essential guides that bring confidence and clarity to your retirement plan. Call 1-800-885-5650. We'll show you ways to minimize excessive fees so more of your money stays invested and working for you. Don't miss your free Smart Retirement Action Kit. Call 1-800-885-5650. Call us today. A second opinion could make all the difference for your comfortable retirement. Call or scan for your free Smart Retirement Action Kit today. Call 1-800-885-5650.
You will live forever. The Longevity Industrial Complex wants you to believe you can. Is it science or snake oil? That's what I'm going to find out.
Carrot Swisher wants to live forever. It's already on scan now.
Right now, officials are monitoring dozens of people who traveled on a cruise ship that's at the center of a deadly hantavirus outbreak.
Hantavirus.
This vessel departed Argentina last night, and now cases are suspected or people are being monitored in 7 countries, including the United States, Canada, and Singapore were also just added. The outbreak has been linked to the Andes strain of hantavirus, a rare but
Battery low. Okay. Coming up.
disease detected also the outbreak of viral BS medical myths. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us. So this virus typically incubates for up to 6 weeks before symptoms appear. What does that mean for how far this could spread undetected?
Good morning, Boris. And let me start by sending my heartfelt condolences to those who have lost loved ones in this outbreak and those who were on the ship and are terrified. The question you're asking
Terrified.
directly impacts them because it turns out so we talk about ranges when it comes to incubation periods. That's the time for when you're first exposed to a virus until you get sick. And with hantaviruses, there's a whole family of viruses, and we say it could be anything from 2 to 4 weeks. But actually, you're right, it could be anything from 1 week, even up to 8 weeks, according to some of the data I've seen there. That means public health has to really be on top of this. They have to have a coordinated, really collaborative response. And as you mentioned, 7 countries already responded, but those 149 folks who were on the ship actually represent 23 countries. So this is a big public health response that's needed.
How rare is it to see a strain of hantavirus that transmits from human to human?
It's pretty rare. Although this Andes species of hantavirus isn't brand new, we've known about it for decades, outbreaks caused by it are pretty rare. There's one that happened in Argentina in 2018 and 2019. That one infected 34 people and 11 of them died. But I do want to reassure folks that right now we have experts from the World Health Organization on that cruise ship, as well as infectious disease and public health experts and epidemiologists figuring out how to limit the spread from person to person as some people have
What is time?
And I'm talking to you live from California. We have some folks who've returned home, the same in Georgia and in Arizona too. So public health folks there will also part of this response.
What does contact tracing look like now when so many different countries are involved?
It looks like a gargantuan task. You are literally sat there with spreadsheets and flying manifests, calling everybody that may have come into contact with somebody who was on that cruise ship. And one of the things that really concerns me was, as much as I'm reassured by the response so far, is that the US may not have a seat at the table in the way that we used to. We left the World Health Organization just a few months ago in January, and we left behind a $260 million debt to that organization. So we're thinking about contact tracing now. It's boots on the ground, it's lots of people have lots of resources needed, and we truly need the US to not be dismantling and defunding public health, but actually building out that infrastructure. Outbreaks like this one remind us how globally connected we are and how much investment we need in public health.
Doctor, do you expect that we might see changes to travel medicine or how cruise ships like this will operate moving forward?
Certainly certainly receive everyone from high alert right now, but I will say, when they lost an older adult passenger on that cruise ship from viral pneumonia, the first thing that crosses your mind is not hantavirus. There are so many other, much more common bugs that can cause a viral pneumonia, especially in an older adult. But certainly right now, cruise ships and those companies will be working closely with public health. And again, this just reaffirms how much communication we need between public health, between travel organizations, and we need to really keep our eye on the ball when it comes to infectious diseases and sometimes how quickly these outbreaks can spread globally.
Dr. Cindy, thanks so much for sharing your expertise.
Thank you.
Back to the breaking news now. White House officials are waiting for an answer from Iran to the new proposal to end the war. A source in the region says the Iranians are expected to respond today, and if approved, this one-page proposal will trigger a 30-day negotiation period to resolve lingering issues, including Iran's nuclear program, frozen Iranian assets, and also the Strait of Hormuz. What a gigantic list of topics that have to be resolved here in what is supposed to be 30 days if they do move forward here. Kristen Holmes, are officials there optimistic that Iran will accept these new terms?
Well, they're cautiously optimistic. We have seen a change in the demeanor among these U.S. officials in the last couple of days, in which they seem to be in a better place when it comes to Iran accepting a deal than they were at the end of last week. But as you noted, these kind of sticking points that we're talking about, they are also things that haven't been able to be resolved in the entirety of these negotiations. So we're talking about
Oh no, low close. Okay.
30 days. So one of the things that we
Thank you.